Before I found this fabulous team, I was in a state of hopelessness about the pain I had been feeling in my hip and down in my groin. I had been working with my chiropractor and my holistic practitioner, and I had been going to the gym. It was constant pain, and I dealt with it for probably 5 years, trying everything: supplements, exercises, muscle releases. I bought gadgets. I really was desperate to try everything. And I honestly found this group on social media, and it was a godsend because it almost felt like my last shot. Like, if this doesn't work, I don't know what else will. And I was really honestly terrified I was going to have to live with that level of pain for the rest of my life. It stopped me from doing things that I loved. I stopped doing yoga. I stopped roller skating, which is something I love to do. I could walk and I could do light hikes, but if something in an activity required, you know, heavy athletic work, I would sit out and I would watch everyone else or let everybody else go because I was worried that I was going to keep making the situation worse or that I just couldn't do it anymore. And that was really a depressing place to be. There came a moment where I knew it was time to make a change because I was missing out on activities with my teenager and my husband. We love to travel, and there would be opportunities to do hikes up in mountains. And I just felt like I was only going to make it so far, or I could only do a little bit. And I felt like I was missing out. I am middle aged, and I started having this fear that this was just going to be it for me. I had just watched my father go through an illness at a fairly young age. I watched him not take very good care of his body, and it was time. Like, I just knew this was my moment. Now is my time to get my body as healthy as possible so that the next set of years I can be as strong and healthy as I can for myself, but also for my family. It was time for me to do something serious. And I was scrolling one night in bed, and the chronic hip pain solution video came up, and I hear Jessica talking, and she's saying, this happened to her and this happened to her. And everything she said, I'm like, that's me. That's me. That's me. That's me. And I listened to the video, and everything she said, I connected with. And so we did the discovery call. And what I really appreciated was that rather than her try to convince me of her program, she was actually vetting me to make sure that I was a good candidate for her program. And I'm thankful she did that because it gave me the confidence that it was the right fit for me and that I would see success and growth. And I will say I was hesitant because it was a financial, investment. However, I had already been financially investing in it over and over again with little to no results. In doing so, it made me that much more committed to put in the time and the work, and I'm thankful I did. I was a little confused at first. How can it be possible that pelvic and hip PT program work virtually? Shouldn't I be in person with somebody who's physically watching me move? And honestly, virtually works just as good, if not better, because it is in the comfort of my own home and I can have private discussions. I can physically show my movements, and I'm able to be corrected through the screen on specific movements. If I was having a rough time, I could schedule a call same day, next day, same week. I never felt like I had to wait for my prescribed appointment that I may have in a week from now or 2 weeks from now, if I was going through a local physical therapy program, I also had continuous contact. It For a long period of time, it wasn't like I was prescribed, you get 6 sessions of PT, good luck after that. This was definitely a tailored, dedicated one-on-one, in my opinion, long-term program, far more in depth and personal than I would have gotten in a local PT provider. Life today, after doing the initial 3-month program, and I've continued on in the membership, which I'm so grateful I did. Life today looks like this. I went from having a level 7 pain most of the day, all day, every day, to now maybe a level 1 or 2, and it's more of an annoyance. It's not even a pain at all. It's just the thing that shows up, and I know what to do about it. And I have the tools, I have exercises, I know how to identify what it is. And I can then still get in touch with my trainer and say, hey, this is a thing that popped up for me. And I still get corrections. It's beautiful. I'm roller skating indoors and outdoors, which is crazy. I'm back on skates. I even got new skates because I'm feeling so well. I'm able to do much longer hikes with my family. I'm doing workouts at home, which I didn't do before. Sure, I'd go to the gym, but I'm doing daily workouts at home. It's priority. Who am I? Um, it's really just completely transformed how I feel about my personal health. And it no longer consumes my mind all day, every day anymore. And that piece is priceless. I believe the thing that makes this program so special is that the slew of resources that we have access to. There are lessons and guided videos. Personally, I really took stock in the assigned prescribed exercises and checking in with my therapist. And I took diligent notes, and I made sure I said this was working, this wasn't working. And we always were able to tweak it to fit exactly where I felt like I needed more assistance. I found that really identifying that some, if not most, of my situation was nervous system related, and really diving deeper into working on some fight or flight response and nervous system work has been a godsend. I've been back in yoga, and that has been a gift because that is not only movement and flexibility, but it's also nervous system. And so I'm able to take what I've learned here, like into the yoga studio or out of my house from doing, prescribed exercises, and continue the healing outside of this space. Those weekly calls with Molly and the team, wow, I've never once felt alone. I never once felt like I was doing anything wrong. Did I feel overwhelmed? Yes. But it was always immediately squashed as soon as I could have a call. So those one-on-one calls and that support was was probably the greatest piece for me because it kept me motivated and it kept me striving for better. And I'm still doing it. I'm still motivated. I'm still striving. I just love working with everybody there so much. My best advice for anyone who may be dealing with daily hip pain, feeling hopeless, feeling like everything you're doing and have been trying is not working, is that you owe it to yourself to make this commitment with this program, because it will fill gaps for you. It will help you identify areas you or others have missed. It will help keep you on track and keep you motivated. It will support you in ways that you didn't know were possible, even through your cell phone or a laptop virtually. You owe it to yourself to do this. If you don't, you could injure yourself worse, or you could just continue this cycle. And we deserve to live in healthy, happy bodies. Another benefit that comes with working with this program is the community. You not only have really amazing therapists to work with. But when you're in calls, some of them are one-on-one, but a lot of calls are group calls, and you are in a space with other ladies who are experiencing what you're experiencing and have been. The last thing you feel is alone, and you feel seen and understood and heard. And the beautiful thing is, everyone shares their resources and what's worked for them, and they'll say, oh, that sounds like me, and when I had that, I used this special glute exercise, or have you read this book, it's really incredible. And it goes beyond just hip pain. It might be dealing with hormones, or midlife, or it's just become such a beautiful community, and we have learned who each other are, and we are cheering each other on, and we want to see each other and say, how did this go, or how are you doing? And that is a piece that I find as an unexpected surprise, a bonus I didn't see coming. And I'm so grateful for it. I really am. It just made this whole process that much sweeter.